Good evening. My name is Bryce Paden, and I'm happy to be here to discuss religion in schools. So, why am I here? To state our current policies in our school district, give some information on what I found in two resources that I recently read through, and those are the guidance on constitutionally protected prayer and religious expression in public elementary and secondary schools, and religion in the public school. So, what is our policy? Our policy states discrimination against any individual on the basis of race, color, national origin, sex, disability, age, or religion in the admissions or access to or treatment or employment in the district's programs and activities is prohibited. So what have I learned and some key points that I took from the first resource that was put out by the United States Department of Education? The Supreme Court has repeatedly held that the First Amendment requires public school officials to show neither favoritism toward nor hostility against religious expressions such as prayer. Any public school student from voluntary praying at any time before, during, or after the school day, and students may pray with fellow students. As long as the terms and conditions that they may engage in the conversation of speech. So as long as they're not doing it in times of instruction, they're doing it whenever they'd be allowed to talk freely, and they're not persuading or harassing anybody else to do it. Students may also organize prayer groups or religious clubs and see you at the poll gatherings before school. With that, they also have to be given the same access to school facilities for assembling those. Continuing on, when acting on official capacities as representatives of the state, teachers, school administrators, and other school employees are prohibited by the First Amendment from encouraging or discouraging prayer and from actively participating in such activities with students. The teachers are allowed to pray at any point in time during the day on their own private time. So as long as the teachers are not doing it during instructional time or it's being a distraction in instruction. Students have the right to distribute any religious material to other students, as they are allowed to do for non-school literature as well. So as long as it just stays equal, school may impose some reasonable times, place, and manners for that being done, for them handing it out. But in regards to restricting them handing it out or anything like that, they're not allowed to do that. Public schools may not provide religious instruction, but they may teach about religion per the USDE. Schools enjoy substantial discretion in adopting policies relating to student dress code and uniforms. However, they may not single out religious attire in general or attire of a particular religion, or prohibiting or regulating. They can't regulate anything that would be considered religious attire. Federal or state constitutional law or pursuant to state statutes, schools may be required to make accommodations that relieve substantial burdens of students on their religious exercise. Okay, so some things that I found interesting in the article by the Pew Research Center. In 2019, the Supreme Court declined a review of the Ninth Circuit appeals upholding the firing of a football coach for praying on the field. The case of Elk Grove Unified District versus Nuno reached the Supreme Court in 2004, but the justice did not ultimately decide whether the phrase was acceptable. Okay, this is a different setting. This is in terms of the Pledge of Allegiance under God. The Ninth U.S. Circuit Court of Appeals in 2010 reversed the district court decision, ruling that the pledge did not constitute an establishment of religion. Some more things on there. The Supreme Court made clear that in another case, Lee versus Wiseman, that a clergyman man, at a public school event would violate the separation of church and state. Bannon versus School District of Palm Beach County in 2004, the 11th U.S. Circuit Court of Appeals ruled that Florida school officials were right in order to remove the student-created religious messages and symbols from the school beautification project. In the curriculum, in regards to the curriculum, on several occasions, members of the court have suggested that public schools may teach the Bible as literature, include lessons about the role of a religion and religious institutes in history, or offer courses in comparative religion. Another thing would be in 2019, for instance, policies that could affect the way evolution is taught. Okay, it's teaching. This is a hot topic. Were introduced and in some cases debated in several states. Okay, they're limiting discussion of controversial issues in the way of evolution. Another big topic would be the Christmas programs. Have also been a concern. It states that for a holiday music program to be constitutionally sound, the courts maintain school officials must ensure the predominance of secular considerations such as the program's educational value or the music qualities of the pieces. Schools must be sensitive to how people will feel, and also allow students the option to participate or not. The religious expression in public schools, the department revised guidelines in 2003. It came up before. Main criteria: students can act on their own and have the right to religious activity, but kind of was for assuring that it had to be student-led. Students may offer prayer or blessing on school grounds for a meal. Students don't have the right to engage in harassment of others to get them or not to get them to participate. And lastly, schools can't favor nor disfavor students in these groups. So my correlation 6.3, learning about the policies of the current district and the rights that our students and staff have. It also correlated by gaining knowledge on the different laws and the court cases that have give school level governance to respect them and to promote student and adult success and well-being. The role play situation helped me by putting myself in the shoes of a leader who would have to evaluate my district policies and decide if there needs to be any changes made. After reviewing the sources in our policy, it seems there is a good consistency to give both students and staff the right to express themselves as long as it doesn't affect others or the school activities. I would make sure that myself as well as my staff understood the laws, rights, and our policies regarding religion, make sure everybody's on the same page. This assignment was relevant to me in my current learning because the topics of religion can be big ones in the school districts all over the world, and I need to be well versed in the laws and the rights and the regulations in our own specific board policy regarding that. Gave me more knowledge over some of the laws and court cases that have taken place that have helped shape our current laws. And lastly, my reflection. This assignment will influence decisions I make as a school leader by making sure that myself and my staff are aware of the school district policies so nobody breaks any of them and could cause myself, them, or students any harm. Will also influence me to analyze and evaluate my district policies to see if there's anything that needs to be added or revised to assure we are all following the state laws and regulations. And here's my reference page. Thank you.